Seems like I only do these videos on windy days. So hopefully you guys don't mind too much, but I'm going to knock out some issues on the front differential of my buddy's Colorado. The differential cover is leaking a little bit, and the axle seals are leaking. So you guys can see this thing has been leaking for a little while. I've been parking it in the driveway, keeping my security cameras on it because it's not my truck. I want to make sure that I'm, keeping the truck safe, but at the expense of my driveway. Literally, that leak right there and that one right there next to it are from the differential, just from parking it and going inside the house for a little while today. So we're going to get this front cover cleaned up and the axle seals as well. Alright, so got my little oil catch in here. Got some sockets I think I'll need. I want to crack the front case first. Hopefully we can do this on a non-windy time so that I don't blow all this everywhere, because it's almost a foot down from where the case ends to the pan. So maybe I'll have to lower the truck down, but this truck does have a Rancho lift, so that might be a little bit different than the stock Colorado, but yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. Shouldn't be too much different from a stock truck or this, because the differentials drop 4 inches as with all the rest of the suspension. So it's a 13 mil to knock the bolts out, and we'll get them out of here. It actually looks like the drain, well, it's been hit here once before, so that's no good. But it looks like the actual drain itself is leaking. Maybe we can crack this guy here. Oh yeah. I guess while we're right here, another common failure is the actuator motor gets hit and destroys itself. So my buddy actually replaced this a while back, and so I don't know why there's a missing wire, but that can't be good. I guess there's only 4 going into it. So yeah, this would have been a good opportunity to take a look at this and replace this, but since I don't need to, I'm not going to. But I did notice the freaking case is separated, so I'll get at least a video of that. That's not good at all. I'm not quite sure how well this will show up on camera, but I just noticed getting under here that the case is actually separated from the aluminum extension here. These bolts were not tightened. You can literally do that. So looks like Home Slice is going to need a new diff because it's cracked right here. So it's possible that he didn't replace that extension tube when this was replaced. So, or the impact from breaking the actuator probably caused this to break, and might have been part of this event here too. So at least we're gonna tighten up for him, because that's not good at all. Oh yeah, losing out. At least get these tight for him. Will be a video for another day. Teach you guys how to replace a front diff, I guess. Alright, let's finish up the diff bolts here. Diff cover bolts. Typical day in Reno. Sunny and snowing in May. Gotta love it. Alright, she's a leaker now. I put a bolt in here just so I don't spin the cover, but I got a short socket now so I can fit this in between the diff and the steering rack. I'm gonna take this top bolt out finally. Looks good. Here we go. Oh, all over me. I guess this video is sponsored by Simple Green as well. If you guys didn't catch my oil change video, I made a big old mess too, so let me get something to clean this up with real quick and I'll come back. Alright, pull the cover clean off now. Now drop it in the oil. There we go. Not too bad. So now's a really great opportunity to check your caps and make sure that everything looks good. There's no excessive metal component or metal wear. This has got quite a bit of gritty metal filings in here, so I'm trying to wipe this out as best as possible, but I mean, the dude's got 150 some odd thousand miles, so it's kind of to be expected at this point, but it doesn't seem really excessive. The grease or the oil in here doesn't smell burnt, so that's good. But yeah, just try to wipe out some of this metal filings that I can. Maybe I'll stick a magnet up inside there and try to suck out some of that, but to be expected at this point. Gears don't look too bad. Nothing says to me that this is broken or anything like that, so happy to see that. It doesn't have any sound or whining while we're driving around, but I just wanted to fix the leaking problem. Hopefully the crack in the case isn't going to cause too much issue from now on, but I will recommend that we get a new extension, new driver's side tube for him, but maybe I'll give you guys a video on that when that comes in. So let's clean this out and get it put back together. Alright, so we got the diff cover all cleaned up. We got the sealing surfaces both wiped down and cleaned up. I'm going to take this brand new Felpro gasket and figure out which way it fits on here. Looks like that. It's gonna work. Take one of our bolts here, slide it through both of them, and try to get it up into place. There, got that guy started. Let's get another top bolt here. Let's do this side one over here. Looks pretty good to me. Awesome. Alright, so before we get those guys fully tightened, we're going to put all of the other bolts in, but I've got a surprise for you guys, and let me know what you guys think in the comments about this next part. Tell me what you guys think about this. Little skid, differential lip skid, something like that. I just painted this one to match the blue truck that I'm under, but I figured this would look pretty freaking sweet if you're off-roading and want to have a little bit of extra insurance so you don't bust your differential lip down here, because what this guy had a problem was he hit the differential right here and actually bent the cover and caused it to leak. This effectively would alleviate that. So as far as installing these bolts go, you want to make sure that they're all relatively at the same torque all the way around. So I'm just going to where they stop spinning and then moving on to the next bolt. Alright, so we're going to cut the end off of this guy without cutting your finger. That always sucks. Just like that. I'll screw it back onto the bottle. This is into the differential. And we're just going to pour this in. And we're just going to pour this in just like that. Just make sure you guys keep your pan under there if you get a little crazy. Alright, bottle's empty. So this should take just about 2 quarts. So basically the reason we have the pan under here still is to make sure that we don't have any spillage when we finish filling this up. So this is 7590 synthetic. It's exactly the same spec as what was put in the truck originally. This isn't Delco brand, but you guys can get whatever you want. But I will link below some stuff that I'm using. There you go. 2 quarts. And look at that, it just started to overflow. Perfect. So just under, basically just under 2 quarts.